Hi everyone, I'm Pritish Pandey from Educational Series, and today I've come up with a new topic, the Mughal Empire, the Mughal Sultanate. Let's start this amazing video, which is presented by Educational Series. So let's start. First ruler of the Mughal Empire was Babur. Babur belonged to the Principality of Farghana in the Central Asia. He was a descendant of Timur from the father's side and Genghis Khan from the mother's side. He ruled at Farghana. Later he conquered Samarkand but was unable to keep it under his control because his uncles and the nobles of his army wanted, because he was too young, he was age of 12, so they wanted to overthrow him, they betray him and take over the empire. So in 1504 he conquered Kabul. Now Babur was attracted to the immense wealth of India. From 1519 he did repeated invasions on Indian subcontinent, on the Indian states. In 1524 Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab, invited Babur to help him overthrow the unpopular Sultan of Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi. After 1 or 2 weeks after reaching India, he conquered Punjab and took it under his control. He met the forces of Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat, and from there the first battle of Panipat began. Babur was proved victorious in that battle and conquered the Delhi Sultanate and became the king of the Delhi. Using lots of various treasures and the jewels in India, he made his army strong and sufficient and gave a lot of money to his army and officials, which make them trustworthy. So he used all the wealth and he made a lot of bags and water flows and these thick water flowers in all his areas, in his kingdom, in his areas of Delhi, he constructed those beautiful flower gardens which he enjoyed a lot. And after the 4 years of his rule, from 1526 to 1530, after the 4 years of becoming the Sultan, he died at the age of 47. So here were his children: Hindal Mirza, Humayun, Gulbadan Begum, Kamran Mirza and Ankari Mirza, and he ruled from 1526 to 1530, as I have already told you. So now let's proceed. Humayun was the eldest son of Babur and he succeeded him. Now he had two main big enemies of him, the Bahadur Shah of Gujarat and Sher Khan of Bihar. First, Humayun took his army and attacked Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. He defeated him and captured the whole of Gujarat and Malwa. But when his victory was interrupted by the news of attack at the Agra by Sher Khan, he went back to Agra to teach Sher Khan a lesson. But at that while, Bahadur Shah regained his territories of Malwa, but he was later killed. When Humayun was defeated by Sher Khan at 2 times, at Chausa in 1529 and in 1539, and at Kannauj in 1540, which at the defeated Kannauj cost him his throne. He fled to Iran and then to Persia. For a period of 15 years, the Mughal Empire was taken at place by the Afghan rule. Now let's learn about Sher Shah Suri. So when the Humayun fled to Persia, then Sher Shah Suri who had defeated him, took over the territories of Agra and the area of the Mughal Empire. This was from 15 years. He took his capital at Sasaram in present day Bihar. He was a ruler of Bihar, So he took there at his capital of this empire. For 15 years after his accidental death in 1545, he was succeeded by his son Islam Shah was his successor. Now at Humayun in his exile spent 15 years, and at that time Akbar was also born. So he was spent in his exile. With the help of Shah of Persia, he regained the territories of Kabul. And when Sher Shah Suri died in 1545, his successors, son of Islam Shah and him, were not so brave, and they were not incompetent to take care of such a big kingdom. So Humayun attacked, and after 15 years he took over his area in 1556, but his 1555, but his victory was short-lived, and he died 1 year after conquering the area of Mughal Empire. Here he was succeeded by his son. Akbar. His biography, Humayun Nama, is written by his sister Gulban Begum, as we saw in the Children of Babur. So Akbar became the ruler at when he was the age of 13. Such a vast empire, and he was so small that he had a regent. Regent is someone who takes care of a person to manage the affairs while that person is not suitable for that work for some time. So his regent was Bairam Khan, who managed his affairs of the Mughal Empire for 4 years. He conquered the areas of Malwa at that time. Now Akbar was a very smart ruler and was very intelligent ruler, a peace-loving ruler, and a great ruler because of his virtues, and not forcing poor people or not forcing Hindus to convert into Islam. He was a kind and gentle ruler, but he was a very furious warrior, and he had a lot of mind in doing warfare. He conquered the areas of Malwa, which was regained by the Bahadur Shah. He took areas of that, Chittor, Rajputana, and the areas of the area inside the Rajputanas, and also in the areas of Bengal and Surat. All these areas, a lot of these areas were conquered by Akbar. He had a good relation with the Rajputs. Being a religious ruler, he never forced anyone to convert into Islam, and he started a new religion, Din-e-Ilahi. So I was talking about the relation with Rajputs. So he had a cordial relation with the Rajput. He married the princes of Rajputana, and the Rajput rulers who took over and paid him tributes. He didn't take them in his control, so Rajput substituted him and took him as the overlord and paid him tributes. He married the daughters of this whole family married the daughters of the Rajputana kingdoms, and his princes were made nobles of high rank. Now he was a very smart ruler, and he had a very cordial relation with all the people, which made him a great ruler and a patron of art and architecture. He converted the Mahabharata and Ramayana into Persian. Because he was born in the exile, he was illiterate. He didn't have knowledge of writing. He was not a scholar, but he had the affairs of warfare and was a animal loving person. Mostly elephants. So Gwalior and all these areas were conquered by this Akbar the Great. Because of his greatness and great kindness, and he is known as the Akbar the Great. And during his reign, the Mughal Empire flourished and saw a golden age, and he is remembered till date. Now let's see what's here. So his children were Jahangir, Murad Mirza, Daniel Mirza, Hussain, Hassan, and Aram Banu Begum, and he ruled from 1556 to 1605, while he was succeeded by his son Jahangir. Now Jahangir was a very intelligent ruler also, and he was a patron of agriculture. The Rajput kingdoms who were not taken by, such as the parts of Chittor, they subjugated them to the Jahangir, and thus the whole of the Rajputana was now under the Jahangir, the Mughal Empire. He made a very large kingdom and he promoted agriculture and a peace-loving man. His children were Shah Jahan, Parvez, Khusrau Mirza and Sayyar Mirza. He was a person with a cool mind and he was a patron of art and agriculture, architecture also. So he lived from 31 August to 1569 to 28 October 1627, while he died at the age of 58, and he ruled from 1605 to 1627. Jahangir's wife Noor Jahan also participated in the court politics, and at the last year of his reign, the Mughal Empire saw a fight of succession between the Prince Khurram, which was the future Emperor Shah Jahan, and the wife Noor Jahan. And at last, the Prince Khurram rebelled and took over the area of Jahangir. Now here comes Prince Khurram and Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan, or morely known as Prince Khurram, was the eldest son of Jahangir and succeeded him. We know about his lifetime from the writings of Abdul Lahori, the Padshah-Nama. Also, foreign travelers such as Beranis left valuable accounts of his period. He was He was a patron of architecture, and he promoted justice and data sharing, and also he built a network of roads, and he also promoted trade in his country. He was a peace loving man and he loved different monuments, and he loved flower gardens and water flowing into those, as we saw the four bags, the four small rivers, small, they can say, drains which flowed into the Taj Mahal, and all his Mughals were already famous and who loved this gardens, because as they lived in Afghanistan there was a lot of cold, so they didn't get those here there, so they loved these bags, you can say, in India. This created lots of those. So he also promoted trade, and he was as I told you, a peace loving man. At the end of his reign, he saw the fight of succession amongst his four sons, on which the winner was Aurangzeb. He killed all the his three brothers, and he was the youngest, but still he killed those and became the future emperor Aurangzeb. He became the next emperor. So Aurangzeb now. The children of Aurangzeb were Bahadur Shah, Muhammad Sultan, Muhammad Kam Bakhsh and Sultan Muhammad Akbar, and he ruled from 1658 to 1707. As Jahangir, who had granted permission of the British, now the British had grown to its Bay life time, and they started Bengal campaigns. So Aurangzeb wanted to cover the Deccan. He wanted territorial expansion, and he is termed as the most cruel ruler of the Mughal Empire. He forced people unlike Akbar, he forced people to convert into Islam, and he promoted mosque, and he destroyed the temples, and he also destroyed the Din-e-Ilahi, which was religion started by the Akbar, and also he started his territorial expansion. He started his campaign in the southern Deccan against the Marathas, which caused the Sultanate a huge booty, and all the wealth from the treasury was drained out in this continuous wars. He was a cruel ruler, and in his region he developed the enmity of various rulers of Rajputana and Sikhs, who were now emerging in the Kashmir. The Bahadur Shah Aurangzeb's son Muhammad Akbar rebelled at the last of time, but he met forces with the Marathas, but he later fled to Iran and Persia. So what we conclude from him, that Aurangzeb was a cruel ruler, but he was the last of the most strong rulers of the Mughal Empire. And then from here, this phase we start to the decline of Mughal Empire. So this was all in this Mughal Empire videos. We covered the large important rulers and powerful emperors who who made the Mughal Empire so important. If you want, I'll make a video on the later Mughals, who were the Shah when the British came, Bahadur Shah and all this. I will make another short video on those. So till then, bye bye. Please like, share, subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon below to get regular dates of my videos. Bye.